After 65, your muscles stop listening to weak breakfasts, and 2 eggs and toast may be too little to save your strength. If you want to stay healthy and independent as you age, hit that subscribe button right now. We share simple, science-backed health tips like this every single day. I've seen the same pattern over and over. Good people think they are eating enough, but their legs get weaker, their balance gets worse, and getting out of a chair starts to feel harder. Why does that happen? Because after 65, your body needs a louder muscle-building signal than it did at 35. Today, I'm going to show you one overlooked fruit that can help, how to use it the right way, and why it may work better than a small egg breakfast for many older adults. Now, before we continue, tell me your age and where you're watching from in the comments. This helps us understand who we're helping. Here's what most people get wrong. They think muscle loss only happens when you stop moving. Not true. It can happen slowly while you're still doing your normal life. They also think any protein is enough. Again, not true. After 65, your muscles become more stubborn. This is called anabolic resistance, which simply means your muscles do not respond to food as easily as they used to. And let me be clear, eggs are not bad. Eggs are a great food. But many older adults eat 1 or 2 eggs and think that is a full muscle-building breakfast. It usually is not. A 2018 paper from McMaster University recommended that older adults aim for at least 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight a day, which is about 50% more than the basic minimum of 0.8 grams. That is a big wake-up call, isn't it? Then came another clue. A 2024 study from Fudan University in Shanghai gave older adults in long-term care 30 grams of soy protein a day, split across meals, for 12 weeks. The result? Their skeletal muscle mass went up by about 1.20 kilograms, and their walking performance improved. So the real problem is not whether you eat eggs or fruit. The real problem is whether your meal gives your aging muscles enough of the right building blocks. And that brings us to the fruit I want you to know about today. Guava. Number 5, guava is not just fruit, it is a muscle helper. Most people think guava is just sweet and tropical, but actually, guava is one of the more protein-rich fruits you can buy. 1 cup gives you about 4 grams of protein, close to 9 grams of fiber, a big dose of potassium, and more vitamin C than most people get in a whole day. Not bad for one fruit, right? Now, does guava have more protein than eggs? No, let's be honest about that. But that is not the full story. Guava does something many small egg breakfasts do not do. It brings protein, fiber, vitamin C, and potassium into one package. Think of it like a toolbox instead of a single screwdriver. Your muscles do not just need raw material, they also need support for repair, hydration, nerve signals, and recovery. A 2022 study from Chiang Mai University in Thailand found that older adults who consumed guava had about 48% lower odds of frailty. Frailty means the body becomes weaker, slower, and easier to knock off balance. That does not prove guava is magic, but it does tell us this fruit deserves more respect. So how do you use it? Start simple. Eat 1 cup of chopped guava in the morning. If the peel does not bother your stomach, keep it on. That is where some of the fiber lives. Chew slowly. If seeds bother your teeth or dentures, choose softer ripe guava or blend it. If you are new to high-fiber fruit, start with half a cup for 3 or 4 days, and here is the key. Do not eat guava by itself and expect miracles. Guava is the helper. It is the spark. It works best when you place it inside a stronger breakfast. But wait until you see number 4, because this is where most people finally understand why their breakfast has not been working. Number 4, the muscle trigger matters more than the food label. Most people think the words high protein are enough, but actually, your muscles care about the signal, not the marketing. After 65, your muscles are like an old doorbell. You have to press harder for it to ring. That means a small breakfast often does not do the job, even if the food is healthy. This is why 1 egg or even 2 eggs may leave you short. 2 eggs give you roughly 12 grams of protein. For many older adults, that still may not be enough to strongly switch on muscle repair. Remember that 2018 McMaster University paper? It pushed the idea that older adults need more total protein, not less, as they age. That is the opposite of what many people do. So what should you do with guava? Build around it. One easy meal is 1 cup of chopped guava with 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt and 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds. That lands close to 29 grams of protein. Another easy option is a smoothie with 1 cup of guava, 1 cup of soy milk, half a cup of tofu, and 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. That gives you roughly 28 to 31 grams depending on the brand. Now your breakfast is talking in a language your muscles can hear. Why does this work? Because protein is made of amino acids, which are the tiny building blocks your muscles use for repair. One amino acid, called leucine, acts like a starter key. When enough leucine shows up, your muscle-building engine turns on. Guava helps the meal. The yogurt, soy milk, tofu, seeds, or cottage cheese help finish the job. Quick question, have you noticed your grip getting weaker, your legs feeling smaller, or stairs feeling harder lately? Comment yes or no below. Here's the thing. Many seniors are not failing because they eat badly. They are failing because their breakfast is too small. And small, polite breakfasts do not build strong muscles. But wait until you see number 3, because this next piece may be the hidden advantage guava has over many other breakfast foods. Number 3, vitamin C may be the missing link in muscle repair. Most people think vitamin C is only for colds, but actually it matters for muscle health too. Why? Because your body is always dealing with wear and tear. Muscles make energy. That process creates stress, a bit like smoke coming from a car engine. Vitamin C helps clean up some of that stress before it causes more damage. A 2020 study from the University of East Anglia looked at about 13,000 middle-aged and older adults and found something very interesting. People with enough vitamin C in their blood had higher fat-free mass, which is a simple way of saying more lean tissue. In men, the difference was about 1.6% to 2.0% higher. In women, it was about 3.4% to 3.9% higher. That may sound small, but when you are trying to hold on to muscle after 65, small edges matter. And guess what? Guava is loaded with vitamin C. So instead of chasing another pill, you can get a powerful dose from food. That is a big deal. Food brings a team, not just one player. Guava also gives water, fiber, and plant compounds that help protect cells. How do you use that in real life? Eat your guava with breakfast or within 1 to 2 hours after a walk or strength session. That is when your body is more ready to use nutrients for repair. Keep it whole, not juiced. Juice takes away the chewing and much of the fiber. And if you are worried about sugar, pair the guava with protein and fat, not with toast and jam. That slows the rise in blood sugar. A simple plate could be 1 cup of guava, 3/4 of a cup of cottage cheese, and a small handful of walnuts. Another could be 1 cup of guava with plain kefir and chia seeds. The goal is not fancy. The goal is steady. Before we go further, if this is making sense so far, hit that like button. It tells me you want more videos like this. Now let's move to number 2, because this is where people either waste their effort or finally start building real strength. Number 2, stop treating eggs like magic. Most people think eggs are the gold standard and everything else is second place. But actually, no single food is magic. Not eggs, not guava, not protein powder. What matters is the full muscle signal your meal creates. A 2021 study from the University of Texas at San Antonio and Texas State University gave older women a daily egg white protein supplement for 6 months. The women improved their protein intake, hand grip strength, and arm curls. That is good news. But there was no clear between-group gain in muscle mass. Do you see the lesson? Even a good protein source does not guarantee big muscle gains all by itself. Then, a 2023 study from Maastricht University found that adults over 65 built muscle protein about 47% faster after a meat-based meal than after a matched vegan meal. That sounds discouraging if you want a more plant-based breakfast. But don't panic. The same researchers made an important point. Healthy people can make up for that by eating more plant protein and choosing meals more carefully. That is exactly why guava can help. It pushes you away from the lazy idea that 2 eggs are enough. It gets you thinking about the full breakfast. If you want to use fruit instead of eggs, you must build the meal on purpose. That means 1 cup of guava plus 1 strong protein partner. Try 1 cup of soy yogurt and 2 tablespoons of hemp seeds. Or 1 cup of guava with a protein smoothie made from milk or soy milk. Or 1 cup of guava with cottage cheese if dairy works for you. Not fruit alone, but fruit with support. Not a weak breakfast, but a planned breakfast. That is the difference. And one more thing. If eggs make you feel heavy, bored, constipated, or just tired of the same taste every morning, this matters even more. The best muscle-building breakfast is the one you can keep doing. A smart guava breakfast can be lighter, easier to enjoy, and easier to repeat. But wait until you see number 1. Because this is the truth almost nobody tells you. Number 1, food does not build muscle by itself. Your muscles need a reason. Most people think if they eat enough protein, muscle will just show up. But actually, food is the bricks. Movement is the construction crew. Without a signal from your muscles, your body may use that protein for other jobs. This is why even the best breakfast has limits if your day is mostly sitting. A 2019 study from Wake Forest University looked at adults over 65 on a higher protein, lower calorie plan. They lost about 18 pounds, and about 87% of that weight loss came from fat, while muscle mass was preserved. That is great. It shows protein matters. But if your goal is to build muscle, not just keep what you have, then you need to challenge the muscle too. What kind of challenge? Nothing extreme. You do not need deadlifts in a dark gym. Start with sit-to-stands from a chair, wall push-ups, countertop push-ups, calf raises, and band rows. Do 8 to 12 repetitions. Rest. Repeat for 2 or 3 rounds. Do this 3 times a week. If you can still talk while doing it, that is fine. If the last few reps feel easy, make it a little harder next time. Then eat your Guava protein meal within 1 to 2 hours. That is when your body is especially ready to repair and rebuild. This is how you turn breakfast into action. This is how you give the bricks a builder. A very simple post-workout meal could be 1 cup of guava, 1 cup of Greek yogurt, and 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds. Another could be a guava smoothie with soy milk and tofu. If chewing is hard, smoothies are your friend. If money is tight, buy guava when it is in season, cut it, and freeze it. Frozen guava works well in smoothies and usually costs less over time. I'd love to hear your story. What made you click on this video today? Share in the comments. Now let's pump the brakes for a second. I'm not saying this to scare you, but you do need to be smart. If you have kidney disease, do not suddenly double your protein without talking to your doctor or dietitian. If you take blood sugar medicine, changing your breakfast can change your glucose numbers, so keep an eye on them. If your stomach is sensitive, start with half a cup of guava because the fiber may cause bloating at first. If you have a soy allergy, skip soy and use dairy or another protein source that works for you. And if you take thyroid medicine, do not swallow it with a high-fiber breakfast. Take it the way your doctor told you. Also, if you are losing weight without trying, falling often, struggling to get out of a chair, or noticing sudden weakness, do not brush that off. See a doctor. Those can be warning signs that need real medical attention. Food helps, but it does not replace a proper checkup. So maybe you're convinced, but thinking, how do I actually do this? Keep it simple. For the next 7 days, start with 1 meal a day. Make it breakfast if you can. Use 1 cup of guava as your base. Then add enough protein to reach at least 25 grams. That could be Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, kefir, soy milk, tofu, or a simple protein shake if whole foods are hard for you in the morning. If you want the easiest version, do this. Chop 1 cup of guava the night before. In the morning, add 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt and 2 tablespoons of seeds. Done. If you want the cheapest version, blend frozen guava with milk or soy milk and half a cup of tofu. If you want the softest version, make it a smoothie bowl. And if guava is hard to find, use it when you can and do not stress. The bigger lesson is this: build a stronger breakfast, not just a prettier one. Look, there's a lot of noise out there. One person says eat only eggs. Another says cut all fruit. Another says drink a shake and hope for the best. You don't need to overthink this. Your muscles after 65 need enough protein, a better breakfast signal, and a little resistance work to give that protein a job. Start with just 1 step tomorrow morning. Use 1 cup of guava and build a real protein meal around it. Then pay attention. Do your legs feel steadier? Does your appetite improve? Are you recovering better after walks? Your body will tell you if it's working. If this helped you, hit that like button. And if you want more videos like this, make sure you're subscribed because we post new health tips every single day. Stay healthy, stay strong.